And then I got there and I looked left and I looked right and I didn't end up seeing you there. But I did go to Deep Ellum and have a couple of two IPAs and one Dallas Blonde there, and then straight back here, Discord, get it working, get it locked in, and then this is cocktail one for the evening. So
Well, congratulations. All right,
we're in pretty good shape.
We're gonna have to do a little bit of I guess, a technical thing here. I want to make sure because people were saying that your mic was loud, and then I turned it down a little bit. So hopefully that works, and I'm hoping people can hear me. I don't know whether I'm too low or not. I don't know. And I don't know if
Seems like Gordon low, Mike high is the...
Is that what it's saying? Are you keeping an eye on the chat? I need somebody to keep an eye on the chat here.
I've got the chat covered. Don't worry.
You do? Okay. Yeah.
Kind of.
So if
Gordo low. Oh, sounds good now. Sounds fine.
Okay.
Or Mike, you're in a tunnel. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we can't do too much. I don't understand what's happening in that room that you're in. Watch this. I can switch cameras. Watch this. I just switched cameras. Look at that.
Wow.
Boom. I
got up for two.
Yeah. I got one that's just kind of a webcam, and then this other one's like an old digital camera that I had. And so I went ahead and hooked it up to this. But I don't know which one I like better. I kind of like the one where I'm more facing you as I'm talking to you.
The straight on one does complement your hair the best because you can see the part and you can see the powerful hairline.
The powerful hairline? It looks like I'm balding right there. I don't know what's happening there.
Oh, God, poor guy. As the hair cascades, both left and right.
Well, there it just like a mess.
Trickles down your temples.
Yeah. Okay, so your first day off. Thanks for doing this with me because, like I said, I think that I need to move this earlier in the night because I have so many P1s are like, hey man, I just don't know if I can stay up this late. It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, and people can't stay up that late.
We don't need them. Okay, we don't need them at all.
All people are valuable to me, Mike.
Oh, God,
I know they're not to you.
10 o'clock on a Saturday night is not an exorbitant ask, I don't think, Gordon.
You don't think so?
15-minute stream session is we've agreed to.
Oh, it's only going to be 15 minutes? I thought I had you booked for at least an hour here. Okay.
I promise you I'll go longer than you, so I will call that bluff.
Okay. Yeah, well, you got a bottle there, so you can nurse that bottle the whole time.
I don't have a bottle occupied. Right here. Watch this. I'm going to try this. Ready? Hang on one second.
Okay.
Plug your ears.
All right.
Let's see if this works. Cocktail!
My God, that was loud. What did you yell? Your mic
cocktail.
Even cut out.
I yelled cocktail.
Oh. And then someone fetches it for you?
Thank you so much. With the ice.
Okay, how many years were you at the station, Mike? Was it 15 or 16?
15. 2007, I started doing weekend tickers. And that was like a couple years probably. And and then I think fill in producing and just trying to put my big smiling face in front of every opportunity I could. And then pretty lucky on the Bassick situation, which again, I always say I'm the only beneficiary of that. Thank you.
That is so sorry.
That's not sorry. What am I doing? You want me to leave?
No.
And fish out my own ice out of the ice machine?
No, I don't know.
And get a cold hand?
Just the way that you treat women has always been. I think we ought to get into that. Yeah, I think
cocktail. You know that.
So yeah, 15 years. So how did you hear about the station? Because you weren't living in DFW, right? You came here for the station.
No, not exactly. I lived in LA for a few years prior to me moving here. And Cash, my brother, lived here, and he was working in sports, and that sounded cool, And I was in LA, like doing okay for myself, but not doing great or anything exceptional. And LA is a bizarre. You've spent enough time there. Bizarre place to live in existence, and bizarre place to like aspire to do anything, even if it's not be a hand model, which I
Mm-hmm.
put it all out there. So he was working in sports, and I was like, I need to get the F out of here, because even the ceiling of what I'm doing here, not financially, like it was decent, but I'm like, this is douchey. Like I was working in basically public relations for networks. I was at Fox Broadcasting, and it was fun. Like you would do parties for like premiere shows and like do all that, and it was very cool. Although I didn't feel properly dressed for any event I ever went to, but I was like, the ceiling here. What's the best that's going to happen? Is that I'm going to do this better and make more money and be all right? It just felt very douchey, and I was like, I want to get out of here and do something closer to real. So I did come here, and Cash had enough connections where I got a job at Fox Sports Southwest, and started doing bullshit jobs over there, and then ended up seeing that an opening was at the Ticket, and like weaseling my ass in there.
Did you see the tweet that provided the opening at the Ticket?
I saw the or not even Facebook, the MySpace post. And it was literally a MySpace post that said, "Want to work here," with like a Ticket logo.
Oh, I meant the tweet that lost someone their job, which was unfortunate.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. And I don't even think I put that together like that night or anything. I just knew that when Bassett got hired, I was really close, but then he was given the job because he was good on air, or good with Norm, and knew his baseball, obviously, and was a bad radio intern, I guess, and he could do Diamond Talk. It made enough sense to me. I wasn't, and not that I'm anyone now, but I was just a spare ticker, especially spare ticker dude then. So it made sense. But then I remember those dominoes falling pretty quickly with Bassick, and I was like, all right, this is my little crevice that I'm gonna have to sneak through, and somehow did.
And did you start? What all jobs did you have at the Ticket? Did you start? You started right on Norms, I guess, right? And that was it.
Well, yeah, full time for sure.
Mhm.
I was weekend tickers and just fill-in producer, like at the very beginning. I did. You know what? I produced for you guys. Because you guys, when you have some Fernando's out and there's some producer in there, it's a really weird thing, because I'm like, all right, what do I want to help? But it's not like I'm thinking, hey, I got some bits, some ideas for you guys. It's more like, what can I do to help you guys? And yet also stay out of your way, be ambitious, but do nothing. Like, it's a very strange thing. But I remember one of the first days I produced for you guys, which is just send a few emails like, hey, whatever you guys need. It was the day you did the I Love You, Jane overlaugh.
Yeah.
And I was there definitely for that. And I had no idea it was coming, but you guys obviously discussed that and then played the audio. And I love you, Jane.
That's still
So
the cringiest audio of all time. And when he was staying on like this
Yeah,
5 and 6.
Like
Yeah, it was
an
like
hour earlier.
Yeah, I'll see you here tomorrow night.
Exactly.
It's the worst goodbye ever. Talk about Mike Snyder leaving Channel 5's 10 p.m. broadcast.
Yeah.
And he was still going to do like the 5 and 6, but just not doing the 10. And he gave this dramatic sign off and told Jane that he loved her, and they were both crying. And he said that he was doing this, where he could still have dinner with his kids at night. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I think it was probably a marketing decision on Channel 5's part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Slide him up.
Yeah. All right. And so then you did Norm for 15 years. See, this freaks me out, Mike, because I really didn't realize that you had been there that long. I mean, 15 years is a long time.
Yeah, 07 I started at the station, period, but with Norm probably 11 years or so. And I think that's interesting to hear you say that, because I always not struggle with where I'm like, I've been there 15 years. So I've been there for more than half of the Ticket's existence, but I still feel like new guy.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel, who's this guy who showed up, and you're trying to be cool guy or whatever. But at some point it's like, all right, I mean, this is like, this is y'all's thing, but this is a huge chunk of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would think 15 years we'd all acknowledge is a pretty important like sector of someone's life. And I'm like, I know I didn't don't claim to have started the thing at all, but I mean, you'd think at some point it's like this is a very significant thing to me as well. And once the anniversary of 26 years or whatever it was, where I was like, I've been here. I don't know if I saw Grego texting some stuff, and I'm like, and then I did the math on his timeline. I'm like, I'm at the ticket longer than he was at the ticket.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So, but I think like you said, you wouldn't realize that because the back half of life and time and everything, I think, goes a lot faster, and you don't realize, how quickly it is. When you're a teen, every year takes forever, but once it gets rolling, it goes by pretty quick.
So let's get into your decision to leave. Like I was seeing on a lot of forums and places online, people were mad at Norm for you leaving. So you want to address that?
Well, I can't address what people were saying or thinking. I'll start with this, and hopefully you can see that I genuinely believe this, and I do, is that Norm deserves to do whatever the fuck Norm wants to do. He's earned. I mean, who the hell might even say he's earned? Like, I'm no one. Like, that dude can do anything he wants to do, and if he wants to stay there for another 20 years, like, please do it. I've talked to Donovan about this, where I'm like, yes, I genuinely mean that, and I would have